Hi, everybody. Welcome as we get baseball underway on a Thursday. Not just your ordinary run-of-the-mill baseball game. This is the championship, of course, for Gordon. They're hoping it is not the title game, that the if game will decide a champion. Mishandled it short by Caden Marcos, and Jake Carter gets on. Hi, everybody. Robert Williamson, the commissioner of the GCAA, Dave Elder. And Dave, they battled. They're here, and you got the 1 and 2 seeds.
Yep, and we whittled it down from Monday's game with the play-in date, and then the past 2 days we've had games, and we're at this spot right now. So, and then that's where you hope it is. It's your top seeds get to this point.
Got a base runner aboard here in the top part of the first. Jake Carter, the leadoff guy, reaches on the E6. Hunter Chiappetta batting second. Connor Hilton is the 3 guy. Gavin West in the 4 spot. Daniel Smith batting 5th. Tanner Patterson 6th. Ledger Curl, the 7-hitter. Caden Baggett 8th. Jackson Terry in the 9 hole. Caden Crack on the hill. Behind the plate is Tyler Phillips. Wyatt Gatlin at first. Second baseman Andrew Bishop. Shortstop Caden Marcos. Grayson Godby at third. Kinski Thomas in left. Center field, Heath Whitlock, Ryan Martin in right. Gordon has only lost 1. It was to Andrew College. Georgia Highlands hasn't lost.
GHC came straight through the winner's bracket. They had that 2 games there, and then they're right here. And basically Gordon's played 1 more game than them.
Well, Georgia Highlands in the driver's seat, but as I mentioned a day or 2 back, Gordon's still in the car. So still got a chance.
Both teams have had good seasons, and so, at this point, it's just who really doesn't make the errors today.
Well, we've already got an error to get a base runner on. It'll be interesting to see if that error proves costly. Hunter Chiappetta, 2-2 count. A little overcast in Tifton, as that is outside to run the count full.
Well, we had to do a little rearranging because we just didn't know what the weather was going to be. I mean, yesterday, the night before, they were talking about a lot of rain. We put the tarp on the field, and, it was raining west of here over in Cuthbert. It was ground ball, chopped foul. I mean, it was raining pretty good over there yesterday morning. A-back coach Blake Williams still there, and it just sprinkled here yesterday, but that was it. We probably could have started at 10, but sure enough, if we had, it would have rained. We would have had to stop. We would have lost a couple starting pitchers, and so, we just bumped it back 2 hours, and we motored on through yesterday.
Taking off for second, Carter in safely with the steal. And it wouldn't matter. You got a walk of Chiappetta. So a couple of base runners on with nobody gone. Connor Hilton coming to the plate. Well, we didn't get through particularly late last night. I think it was around 8:30 or 9. So not a bad end to the day. On the outside part of the plate to Connor Hilton.
And we were originally scheduled to start this one at 12 today, but they're talking afternoon showers, and then from this evening on through Mother's Day down here, they're talking possibly 5 inches of rain.
Wow. So need to get it wrapped up today if possible.
So that's why we bumped it up to 10 o'clock. So if we had to go to an if game, we could get that one in too before anything shuts us down.
Even counting 1 on Hilton, ground towards third. That is a fair ball retrieved by Godby. Long throw over, but it's there in time to get Hilton on the 5-3. Carter and Chiappetta on.
Boy, that's a good play by Godby. That was the only play he had. Runners were moving up on the ground, so there's no way he could have gotten the guy at third or the guy at second. So that was his only choice, and he, would you say long hopped it? It wasn't a short hop.
It hopped, but it was caught. On the receiving end, Gatlin, good job. But you got a couple of guys now in scoring position, and Gordon in a position to take the early lead in this one. Daniel Smith to the on-deck circle. On the inside part of the plane, and the count evens up at 1. Well, what's it like in Tifton? I am glad you asked. Mostly sunny at 78.
Had muggy.
Yep, that humidity, let's see, it is 71%.
And gnats everywhere.
We don't have a gnat count on my iPhone weather app. We might one day.
It's up there toward that infinity meter. You can't swat them enough.
You know, the gnat population is not as bad as it used to be. I remember as a kid, you go outside, you're swatting away, and if you're not swatting away, you're eating gnats. It's not that bad anymore, but you still got some here in Georgia. Winds out of the south at 3. They are gusting to 6. Count goes to 3-2 on West.
Well, here comes my replacement. Jeff Timothy's coming. I'm going to let him take over. I'll take 1 inning, and then I'll give it over to Jeff.
Sounds good. That is fouled out of play by Gavin West. Daniel Smith to the on-deck circle.
You'll get a better perspective from Jeff, so, I'll do my little 1-inning dog and pony show, and then we'll turn it over to South Georgia State AD and baseball coach Jeff Timothy. He's seen all these teams 14 times total over the season, so he has a pretty good handle on what's the strengths and weaknesses of each team. Way more so than you and I. You and I can just look at the stats on the website and give you those.
That's right.
Jeff can give you the nuances.
He can tell you why the stats read like they do.
Exactly.
Me, I'm just, he hit ball. It go high. There's a walk. The West will go down to first, and the bases full of Highlanders. Daniel Smith coming to the plate. Well, this is not the start that Georgia Highlands had hoped for. It is exactly what Gordon wanted, but you still don't have a run in yet. 2 now, though. There's a base hit into right. Smith driving in Carter and Chiapetta. Gordon taking a 2-zip lead. Well, if I remember one Daniel Smith in the game yesterday, they walked to get to him, and he delivered with a 2 RBI single. Now when the base is full, he does the same. Tanner Patterson next. One hops it to second. Bishop going to Marcos, and Marcos to first. The double play puts it into the inning, but Gordon plates 2 as we head to the bottom of the first. Bottom of the second, Heath Whitlock to start it. Kinski Thomas is the two-hitter. Ryan Martin hitting third. Four-guy Andrew Bishop, Grayson Godby in the 5 spot. Ian Fullerton hitting sixth. Tyler Phillips seventh. Wyatt Gatlin. The 8-guy Caden Marcos in the 9th hole. Brody Gordon on the hill for Gordon. Nearly nibbled Whitlock. And the count goes to 3-0. Jackson Terry behind the plate. Caden Baggett at first. Jake Carter is at second. 4 pitches, 4 misses. Whitlock on.
Now what you want to do when your team spotted you 2 runs in the top of the first, hey, get them across the plate.
Got a runner on for Kinski Thomas. Jake Carter at second as we continue to look at the Gordon lineup defensively. Gavin West at short, Hunter Chiapetta at third. In the outfield, Connor Hilton's got left. Daniel Smith center, Tanner Patterson in right. Six pitches missing from Gordon, and that will get you a dugout visit.
Well, Tanner Hall's probably going out there to say, hey, we put you in this spot to throw strikes. We got to get one. Then we can start going.
Just trying to settle him down. Big ball game for Gordon. More so Gordon than Georgia Highlands, because Highlands can have an off game, still have a chance in an if. If you're Gordon and you come up with a subpar game, you're done.
Well, that subpar game from Gordon was on Tuesday when they were beat by Andrew at 9-2.
9-2 final.
That was not a typical Gordon State baseball game right there.
Got revenge, though. Knocked off Andrew yesterday in 7, 12-4. And that's how they get here. On the outside part of the plate to Thomas. That's all it took.
And there we go. Got that ball monkey off his back. Now he can start throwing.
Ryan Martin on deck. That'll miss, and the count 3-1. You do not want to put 2 on ahead of Ryan Martin.
No, he made folks pay yesterday.
89 RBIs now on the year. There is the walk, and the guy with 89 is coming to the plate, a .437 hitter.
2 home runs and 2 doubles in the game yesterday?
Yep. This guy will send a routine fly ball to the fence. Andrew Bishop to the on-deck circle. And obviously not just a home run hitter. I mean, the guy bats .437.
Yeah.
Andrew Bishop on deck. There's another pitch into the zone.
Got a feeling, Jeff Timothy can correct me, but I got a feeling this lefty throws a lot of breaking stuff.
Here is the 0-2 with 2 on. Wow. Man, you walk 2 guys, you take on the most fearsome hitter in the lineup and strike him out.
And that's a big time out there for Gordon.
So on away, Andrew Bishop next.
Just think Martin was looking for something different at that at bat. I don't think he was looking for those first 2 breaking ball strikes.
Another one into the zone from Gordon. We've already seen Gordon this weekend. Of course, by now, if you're coming out of the loser's bracket, we've probably already seen everybody you got on the bump. 0-1 pitch. Ground foul in the direction of first. Grayson Godby to the on-deck circle. Second inning for Gordon as Curl, Baggett, and Terry coming to the plate. That is popped up on the infield. Calling for it at short. That is Gavin West. He'll make the catch. Bishop out number 2. And Gordon, despite the 2 walks to begin the inning, has a chance to get out of the inning unscathed. Two outs for Grayson Godby. Ian Fullerton to the on-deck circle. Curl, Baggett, and Terry in the second for Gordon. Here is the 1-0 offering. A little bit outside to Godby, 2-0. Runners with their lead. That is shot in the direction of center field. Looks like Daniel Smith's got a beat on it. Brings it in, and the walks don't hurt.
Well, Robert, I'm going to turn this over to Jeff, and just want to say once again thank you for covering the web stream for us. We greatly appreciate it every year, and want you to come back as long as you want to do it and as long as I'm here, and we'll keep doing it. But for me personally, thank you once again for helping us get this product out to folks.
And thank you, Dave Elder, for the opportunity. Great to have you as our color analyst in the first as you pass the baton on to Jeff Timothy, and great to work with the GCAA. Just about all white. Jones County diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. Top of the second, bottom of the order, Ledger Curl, Caden Baggett, Jackson Terry, 2 up in the inning. A 2-run first, and all of the runs belong to Gordon. And the top of the first started with the grounder to short that was booted by Marcos. This time Curl grounds it to Marcos, and he goes to first. Joined now by South Georgia State coach Jeff Timothy. Coach, you're rested. You're ready to rock and roll. 3 games yesterday.
Yeah, I got some beauty sleep. Boy, I need it.
I've decided not to comment on those matters.
Thank
I
you.
would try to focus on baseball.
There you go.
Has nothing to do with the lack thereof. Caden Baggett, Jackson Terry. And a shot in the direction of left field. Kinski Thomas roaming around the warning track and makes the catch. 2 gone. I mentioned the other day that there are names that qualify for the all-names team. No trophy, no certificate. How can you not put Caden Crack? I mean, man, that's just a great baseball name.
I like Ledger Curl, too.
A Ledger Curl, I like that too, yeah. Both teams with a...
I had a guy many years ago. This is hilarious. He was a pitcher He was a lefty pitcher, and his name was Scott Groover.
Wow. Great name for a pitcher. Did a showcase recently. I cannot remember the guy's first name, but his last name was Casanova.
There you go.
Also did a game in March. It was a high school game, and the pitcher for one team was Feast, and the pitcher for the other was Hamburger. That is hit to third. Godby goes to first. Terry out on the 5-3. That was the first time I've ever had two starting pitchers that were food related. We go to the bottom of the second. Fullerton, Phillips, Gatlin all coming up.
Of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Choose from over 100 affordable degree and certificate programs that fit your budget and schedule. Earn the same degree as you would on campus, with the same affordable tuition rate for every state. UA Online. Advance your career and change your life. Get started today at online.ua.edu.
Bottom of the second, popped up, left side, giving it a chase to Chiapetta, but it's Adarici and Fullerton at the plate for Georgia Highlands. Tyler Phillips, Gatlin, Wyatt Gatlin, two up in the inning as well. The winner of this game, if it is Georgia Highlands, will go on to play the Tennessee winner. Winner of this game, if it is Gordon, we will go on to the if game inside with a pitch to Fullerton. Tyler Phillips to the on-deck circle. Count goes even, 2 each. And there is strike three, out one, Ian Fullerton. And Gordon has a first out strikeout in the first and second innings. Tyler Phillips coming to the plate. High and away with the pitch to Phillips. Well, you're into the final day of the tournament if you're Gordon. Let's go into the coach's mind. Now, obviously, there's some guys you can't use on the bump because they've just pitched too much and too recent. But from the guys that are eligible, how do you make the decision? How do you narrow it down to the guy who's on the hill first?
I mean, maybe matchups. You know, you got to remember these guys, we've all played each other at a minimum 7 times. So 9 times out of 10, they've faced hitters off that team, and their success or their struggles, probably dictates that. Another thing is you may not obviously have a guy that can give you, like a kid that, pitched 2 days ago, but he might be able to give you 3 outs or something. So you're in constant communication with them, how they feel. We try to, at least at our place, we do a lot of recovery, day of, after they throw, day after. And we're a little bit of that Leo Mazzoni mindset. When he was the pitching coach for the Atlanta Braves, he believed in throwing every day, and it's just a matter of based off how you feel. If you feel 50%, you're not going to go out there and flip a ball at 100%, but you flip a ball based on how you feel, and it could be that. I mean, but everybody has their own philosophies. Just kind of giving you my perspective.
2-1 count on Wyatt Gatlin inside.
But ultimately, we're not trying to get a kid hurt. I mean, no, absolutely not.
Brody Gordon's a sophomore left-handed pitcher, 9.51 ERA, 0-2, 13 appearances. Started 6 games, worked 23 2/3 innings.
And if you bring in a guy like that, you're also gonna kind of know within the first couple pitches. All right, he's dialed in. He's got an idea. He's feeling okay. Versus he's all over the place.
There is his 4th walk in the game. Had 2 in the first, 2 now in the second. $19 walks, 16 strikeouts for Gordon. 3 home runs allowed, 38 hits, 36 runs, 25 earned. And a couple of base runners on for Caden Marcos. Georgia Highlands now with 103 home runs. Into the strike zone, and the count goes even. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on. Chargers at the moment hitless. And they've got their bottom of the order at the plate, the 9-hitter. Heath Whitlock moving to the on-deck circle. Marcos hitting .318. Outside 3-1.
Seeing the bullpen, Gordon's got a couple guys firing up down there.
Chargers putting Whitlock and Thomas on. And actually it was Gordon putting Whitlock and Thomas on with walks. But able to get Martin to strike out, Bishop and Godemy to fly out, got out of the inning. But if you put runners on against the Chargers, a 350-plus hitting team, aren't you playing with fire?
Absolutely.
Chopped foul by Marcos.
Yeah, and from watching a couple innings, it's obvious this young man's best pitch is his breaking ball. I know you don't need to sit on it with 2 strikes, but you got to be aware of it. I think you just try to stay opposite field here on this. Ooh, that was a good pitch, but it was called in. But that was a whew.
Pretty close, huh?
It looked close, at least from here. But I'll put it this way: I wouldn't be expecting that pitch in that spot, and that was he gets the call. Let's see. It might have been tick in. But I'm going to tell you why you don't get that call. You don't get that call because you've been kind of sporadic early in counts, and then you get that marginal pitch.
Bases full of Chargers. Heath Whitlock coming to the plate. Count even at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out. Phillips, Gatlin, and Marcos on. Whitlock walked in the first. And it is 1-2. Top of the order to the plate when you get to the top of the third for Gordon. One-two offering. Whitlock awaits. And we'll get out of play a .250 hitter. 41 walks, 34 strikeouts, 29 RBIs. One-two offering to the leadoff guy. Got him swinging. Well, you got to give credit to Gordon thus far. He's had that bend but not break mentality. Walks guys, but when needed, strikes them out. That is his third strikeout of the game. Kinski Thomas lifting that one foul to the right side. Ryan Martin to the on-deck circle. Jake Carter, Hunter Giappetta, Connor Hilton in the third for Gordon.
It looked close.
It did from this angle. One offering. That is outside. Let's go back and take a look at that pitch. That is shot towards the gap. Left field drops in. At least 2 in. Phillips in. Gatlin in. A third runner holds at third. Marcos. Thomas delivering with a 2 RBI single.
Question here. I know you struck Martin out 2 innings ago. He's been pretty good with runners in scoring position.
The answer is yes. Walking, having 89 RBIs, about 24 home runs. And there's a base ramp. That'll drive in the go-ahead run.
That's just a good job as a hitter. Felt like he took kind of a big swing in his last at bat, and right there he just shortened up, hit the ball opposite field, stayed on it.
Drives in the run.
And patted the stat column for him.
I think that is officially now 90. We were thinking he was above 90 yesterday, but in looking at the stats this morning, I think they are updated and had him at 89. So that is the 90th, as that one is fouled away. Giappetta going to try to get it. Obviously, many people impressed with Ryan Martin, me included, though. But he's just a dynamite hitter. Can hit for power, obviously. Can hit for average.
I'm gonna tell you, it was pulling hairs picking the player of the year, because you had nice play Gap, nice play West.
West able to get it and get Bishop.
West obviously won it, and Martin was a candidate. Quick from Andrew was a candidate, and to be honest with you, you could argue that all we could do so to speak. I think an infielder that has the numbers and has to play. And I'm not saying playing outfield's easy. I'm not saying that because we saw Martin smash into the wall and make a great play. But, you know, I mean, they were all deserving. I'm sure Martin's probably used that as fuel for the fire to play his mind out here this week.
Drives in the go-ahead run.
And quick, same thing.
Yep. And we go to the third with a 3-2 Charger lead. Top of the order, top of the third. Jake Carter coming to the plate. Hunter Chiapetta and Connor Hilton, 2 up in the inning, 2. Georgia Highlands taking a 3-2 lead after a 3-run. Bottom of the second. Carter reached on an error. Grounded to short. Marcos with the bobble. Carter got on. Hunter Chiapetta and Connor Hilton, 2 up in the inning, 2.
Oh, that'll drive a head coach crazy.
Especially after taking the lead.
Yeah, you get some runs on the board, and then we lead off walk. Yep, look who's going out to the mound.
Nash O'Neill about to pay a visit to his pitcher, and I don't think he's coming out. It's just, I guess, maybe a what the heck. Hunter Chiapetta next. Caden Crack, a 4.40 ERA. 6-0 on the year. 12 appearances, 9 starts, 43 innings of work. Rest of the Crack numbers: 3 home runs allowed, 13 walks, 32 strikeouts, 27 runs, 21 earned, 54 hits given up. Hunter Chiapetta, who walked in the first, coming to the plate. That is the 3rd walk from Crack. Bottom of the 3rd, mid part of the order, Grayson Godby will start it. But Gordon in no hurry to get to the home half of the inning. If we go to an if game, is the home team decided by a coin toss? Around a short possibility of 2. 6, 4, 3.
Nice turn.
Chiapetta wrapping into the DP.
I believe so. I don't know if it's a coin toss or they just flip.
The visitor becomes home and vice versa.
I think that's. I'm not sure.
Connor Hilton, who ground out to 3rd in the first, coming to the plate in the 3rd with the bases cleared. Two pitches missing to Hilton. There is a mercy rule in this game, but it's not after 5. It's only after 7, and it's 10. As that is ground towards third. Scooped on the short hop by Godby, but not able to make the throw over. And that'll be charged as an E5. Second Charger error. That is the 9th Godby error of the season. Nothing in 1, the count on Gavin West. West with a walk in the first. Daniel Smith to the on-deck circle. Outside to the screen. Hilton off to second. So the tying run in scoring position here in the top of the third. Count even at 1 on West. And now 1 and 2. To third and in with the stolen base. Hilton. And the count runs even at 2 on West. So then runner now 90 feet away. Daniel Smith, who's got a couple of RBIs on a single next. Outside with a pitch. Count runs full. West hitting .351. 71 RBIs on the year. And the 72nd, 90 feet away. Another 3-2 offering to Gavin West. Walked in the first, became part of a Tanner Patterson double play. Then put it into the inning. That is ground to third. Godby scoops, goes to first, gets the out. Hilton is left on. We go to the bottom of the third with the Chargers by 1. Mid part of the order in the bottom of the third, Grayson Godby, Ian Fullerton, and Tyler Phillips. 2 up in the inning. Couple of pitches missing to Godby, who flew out into center field as the last out in the first inning. 2-1 now. Ian Fullerton on deck. Smith, Patterson, and Curl in the fourth for Gordon. Well, on the recruiting trail, are you looking for anything specifically to feel, to pitcher, a first baseman, an outfielder, or just looking for talent?
Talent in all areas. I mean, and also just trying to find guys that are fits in the program, what the things that we look for. And so it's a task. You got to go through some guys.
I am assuming there have been guys loaded with talent. You're like, man, we need this talent, but then some behavioral or something said or some characteristic changed your mind?
No doubt.
Could be problematic for Carter.
Nice play.
4-3, got Fullerton. Tyler Phillips next. He walked in the second.
Yeah, but I mean, every guy you recruit, let's be honest, just because a guy throws 90 miles an hour doesn't mean he gets people out. Just because a guy hits 400 in high school doesn't mean he's a 400 hitter. So, it's coin flip, and I think those things, your work ethic and things like that, and then also at our level, in my opinion, we tell guys all the time, you've got a deficiency, What are the deficiencies? We lost it.
That was just lost by center fielder Daniel Smith.
Yeah.
I mean, he knew it was headed his way by his teammates, but just didn't know where it was.
But, everybody in this league, every player has something to work on, and as a player, you need to recognize it. A lot of guys want to work on their strengths, not their weaknesses, and got to work on your weaknesses, because guess what? We have scouting reports. Now whether we can execute it is that's another task, but
a little bit inside with a pitch. You've had a consistent coaching staff for.
I have. Yeah, that's awesome. Believe me.
Yeah, I can only imagine. And if you're changing coaches every year or so, that's a task in itself. Fouled away by Wyatt Gatlin.
Yes, my two assistant coaches. One is Stuart Bailey. Stuart is kind of funny. Stuart actually coached me my sophomore year in junior college. That was his first year of coaching, and we've actually gone head-to-head. He was a head coach at Georgia Perimeter a while back, and
Let it over to Chiapetta. He'll go to first with a throw and get Wyatt Gatlin.
Yeah. And anyway, he was doing some high school stuff, and I actually had a need at pitching. I had a pitching coach leave in the middle of the fall, and I said, "Hey, I need you to come on." And he goes, "Well, I don't do pitchers." And I said, "Well, would you be willing to?" He said, "No." I said, "Well, I need an assistant, so I'm gonna take you and I'll do it." So we did that, and then down the road we created another position, and I got a pitching guy out of it. So it's really nice to have two guys, and we've had them for a while. That's awesome.
Top of the fourth coming up. It is the mid part of the order. Smith, Patterson, and Curl in the GCAA championship game. West battle, White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. Top of the fourth, Daniel Smith delivering up the middle. Lead off piece here.
Yeah, 2 for 2. Since I name dropped, I'll name drop the other assistant coach is Bradley Kamek. He played for me for 1 year, the year that we had these when Darton College got absorbed by Albany State. The year before they went to the World Series, he was on that Darton team. Nice throw.
Rocket down by Phillips. And Rifle Smith.
So Bradley pitched for me for a season, moved on to Georgia College, actually set some records over there in their pitching department. And I'll never forget, because that was the year I was the pitching coach. And he was kind of our leader with the pitching staff, even though he was a player. And I basically would, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do A, B, C, and D. If it don't happen, you're running for him. So I kind of put it on him, and he did a good job. And I remember when we lost out in the playoffs, you know, he come up to me, I appreciate it, Coach, and he said, if you ever have a job opening, you call me. So I think that's pretty cool. Guys that played for you want to work for you, you know, as an assistant. So he's done that. He's actually he helps with our transportation with the athletic department. He also helps with he takes one thing off of my plate as Minors on Campus coordinator. So I'm greatly appreciative of that duty for him.
2-2 offering, a little bit inside to Patterson. What JUCO did you play for?
I played at Truett McConnell, which was a Baptist JUCO in this league. They're now a 4-year status school. Played 2 years there, and then I played second base for Jim Waits, head coach there at the time, and transferred to Southern Polytechnic State University in Marietta, Georgia, an NAIA school, which has now been absorbed by Kennesaw State.
Well, there's been a lot of absorptions over the last couple of decades.
Been through it, yep.
Outside with the pitch to Ledger Curl. Well, here's that great names matchup. Caden Craig pitching to Ledger Curl.
Yeah.
And you got Caden Baggett on deck. Could there be two? Here's one. Yep, there could be. There is two.
Double play, pitcher's best friend.
A walk, a single, but still turns into a 1-2-3, top of the fourth.
Of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Choose from over 100 affordable degree and certificate programs that fit your budget and schedule. Earn the same degree as you would on campus, with the same affordable tuition rate for every state. UA Online. Advance your career and change your life. Get started today at online.ua.edu.
Well, a reminder, all summer long there is baseball here on JockJive, one of those events. Showcase Series will happen at Troy University. Speaking of Troy, I'm headed there tomorrow for best 2 out of 3 series in D2 JUCO baseball. Pasco Hernando, the number 1 team in the country, taking on the number 17 Wallace Dothan. And we'll have it for you 5 p.m. tomorrow and Saturday. And if needed, there will be a 2 o'clock Sunday game. Foul back to the screen by Caden Marcos. And when we wrap up here, if you want to watch a little more baseball, ACCC tournament action getting underway in about an hour at Oxford, the D1 tournament. As this one is floated in the direction of center field and will drop in as a Caden Marcos leadoff single. Base runner aboard as we get back to the top of the order. Heath Whitlock coming to the plate. Bunted foul by Whitlock. I've combined the first and last name, made him a Heathlock.
Like I was talking about Jimothy the other day?
Yeah. Over to first with the throw. Back safely goes Marcos. Kinski Thomas to the on-deck circle. Bunted foul in the direction of third. Runs the count to 0-2. 95% of the coaches pull the bunt sign off on a 2-strike count. Are you in that 95% group, or do you occasionally keep the bunt sign on with 2 strikes?
95% of the time, take it off. But it's a critical part of the game to get done.
One and 2 on Whitlock. That's high, count even. Whitlock with a walk in the first, a strikeout in the second. Two ball, 2 strike offering, and that will be fouled out of play. I gotta admit, knock on wood, I thought there would be a little more rain this week, and there hasn't been. Let's send back this way.
That was close.
Dave is he's superstitious. There is indeed power in words.
That must be why I'm in the booth every day. He's superstitious. Ooh, close.
Now, you're a superstitious guy too, right?
I think you have to be.
In the game or in life?
Again, you just got to get your head in a good spot. Eating the same meal because you're on a winning streak allows you to be in a good spot. I think you do it. Does it honestly play a role? Absolutely not. But baseball is a mind game.
Popped up right side, and back behind the bag is second baseman Jake Carter to make the catch. And Whitlock is out number 1. Kinski Thomas, Ryan Martin. Here in the bottom of the 4th, top of the 5th, bottom of the order, 8-9, then 1 for Gordon, Baggett, Terry, and Carter. Thomas with a walk and a single. The single drove in 2. It came with the bases loaded in the bottom of the 2nd. And now back to the plate in the bottom of the 4th. The Georgia Highlands team that averages about 10 a game. That's averaging better than a run an inning every inning of every game all year long. Into the strike zone, and out goes Thomas. Popped up by Ryan Martin to the right side, and he'll fly out, leaving a runner on. 4 go up, 3 go down, 1 singles and is stranded. We go to the 5th. Still 3-2 Georgia Highlands. Just about all Wayne Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. One pitch into the top of the 5th, and out will go Caden Baggett. Round out to short, Jackson Terry. Jake Carter due up in the inning, too. Floated back this way by Terry, who ground out to 3rd in the 2nd. Jake Carter to the on-deck circle. Even counted 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Jackson Terry, a .355 hitter on this .347 hitting Gordon team. Hopes that one fouled towards right. By the way, got to say kudos to Chuck Wimberly, the AD at ABAG. Abraham Baldwin has been great host.
Yes.
Round towards 3rd. Godby's got it. Goes to 1st. Got a lanky guy at 1st, and Wyatt Gatlin able to keep that toe on the bag while taking the high toss.
Good question I have, and David Elder's in here too, so he can hear it. If they go to what they've done in Major League with the safety base, how efficient is that play going to be?
Right off the shoelaces. Well, why don't we get Dave's answer? You know, he says he doesn't like it. So if Dave doesn't like it, let's do away with it.
Sounds good to me.
We're going to the bottom of the 5th. It's the Chargers coming to bat. Bottom of the 5th. First pitch, Andrew Bishop sending it to left. And it'll be caught there by Connor Hilton. Gavin West doing whatever he's got to do to get out of the way. He slid feet first to avoid being in the way. Grayson Godby next.
I tell you, folks that don't know, Gavin West started out, he was their third baseman all of last year, and about halfway through the season they moved him to short and has just been remarkably, really, really good, done a great job.
Moved him out of necessity?
From third to short, I guess so. And, you know, think about you've made a position change, and you're told to hit in the 4-hole and be the RBI producer. I mean, they've asked a lot, but he's answered.
2-1 pitch, floated in the direction of center field, and on the warning track, catch will be made by Daniel Smith. Two outs for Ian Fullerton. Both Gordon runs coming in the first. All Georgia Highlands runs coming in the second. Ian Fullerton 0 for 2. And it looks like he might become 0 for 3. He will. Flies out to left. Hilton the catch. We're going to the 6th. Just about all white. Jones County diving catch it, shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. Top of the sixth, Hunter Chiapetta leading it off. Connor Hilton, Gavin West due up in the inning, too. Chiapetta has walked and ground into a double play. Well, you talked about the safety base earlier, asked the question. Apparently, the general consensus is in the box. Not a favorite.
Well, I'm not a favorite because that's one more thing I got to buy. I'm gonna look at it from a budget.
Little bit outside to Chiapetta.
We'll just say commissioner does not approve of it.
Okay.
That's as far as we'll go.
We
with
can't
that.
pass any additional. I mean, I thought he had a great line. As that one is popped up. Let's see if it is retrievable. It is in front of the dugout. First baseman Wyatt Gatlin with the catch.
Tell you what, a lot of foul territory here. There has been. Pitchers are going to like that.
Adjoining the baseball field is the softball field, which last year hosted the district championships, as that'll be driven into left field. Third base hit of the game for Gordon. Connor Hilton with a single. As a matter of fact, it was the last step for ABAC before going to the Nationals last year for the ABAC softball team when they were a junior college team. I do not know how they fared as an NAIA this year. Gavin West with a walk and a ground out. Tying run on in the top of the sixth. The ball called and Hilton will go to second. I think everybody called that one. And even Crack was like, I hope they didn't notice. I think he knew it. Going to third, and runner tagged down as Marcos gets it over to Godby. Coach, you're having fits. This is, you're thinking this is standard routine baseball? But the runner goes, and the runner's tagged out, the lead guy.
Go ahead and say it, Jeff.
Ground to Godby at third, and he'll take him to second for the out. Daniel Smith grounding into the 5-4. Four go up, three go down. One stranded, one hit, no score. In the top of the sixth, we go to the bottom of the inning. And it's Georgia Highlands by one.
of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Choose from over 100 affordable degree and certificate programs that fit your budget and schedule. Earn the same degree as you would on campus, with the same affordable tuition rate for every state. UA Online. Advance your career and change your life. Get started today at online.ua.edu.
We head to the bottom of the sixth, bottom part of the order coming to the plate. Tyler Phillips, Wyatt Gatlin, Caden Marcos. Wow, that is smashed towards left field. 104 round trippers on the year for Georgia Highlands. That is simply crushed by Tyler Phillips. Lead goes to 2. Matching the largest lead of the game, Gordon had a 2-zip lead after the top of the first, carried it into the bottom of the second. Before the Chargers played at 3, and now the Chargers with a 2-run advantage. There's another base hit, this one from Gatlin into right. Well, Coach, have you recovered from the base running? And are you back yet?
I'm back.
Okay. Coach coming out to get Gordon? I think so.
Yes.
Gave a glance over to the pin and
Right-handed pitcher coming in. We'll get a number here in just a sec.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Sometimes the
Landon Tankersley, the new pitcher, a 7.44 ERA. 4-2, 16 appearances, 4 starts, 42 and third innings of work. 27 walks, 28 strikeouts, 43 runs, 35 earned, 52 hits given up. And the freshman allowed 4 home runs. And he'll face Caden Marcos with a runner on. Nobody out on the bottom of the 6th. Marcos with a walk and a single. That is hit well towards left field, and it will leave the park. Tankersley comes in, gives up the long ball, his 5th of the year. Two home runs with a single in between. And we're headed back to the top of the order with still nobody out. On the inside part of the plate to Whitlock. So that will put the finishing touches on the Brody Gordon numbers. 5 innings of work, 26 faced, 4 strikeouts, 5 walks, 6 hits, 5 runs. Whitlock has walked, struck out, and popped out 0 for 2. It was a 1-run game coming into the bottom of the 6th. It is 4 runs now with nobody out. And a 3-1 count on Whitlock. And that one hit him. He'll go down to first and a base runner on for Kinsky Thomas. This has been kind of the hallmark of a Georgia Highlands team. They can explode on you. Quiet, keep it a 1-run ball game, and then all of a sudden, they just drop 8 or 9 on you. Right now, they've dropped 3 in the 6th with nobody going. Nothing in 2 on Thomas. Thomas was one of the 4 Gordon strikeouts. A little high with a pitch to run the count to 1-2. Tanner Patterson, Ledger Curl, Caden Baggett. When you get to the 7th, he committed on the swing. Off to second with the steal is Whitlock as Thomas strikes out. Ryan Martin, a strikeout, a single, and a flyout. Andrew Bishop is on deck. And we'll go to the screen and move Whitlock to third. So Whitlock hit by a pitch to get on, stole second, wild pitch, brings him 90 feet away. Martin struck out as the first out in the first inning, singled in a run in the second. Last out in the fourth with a fly out to right. And I think our baseball retriever must have taken a tumble. Swing and a miss, and out will go Martin. That's twice he's been fanned. Two gone with Andrew Bishop next. Well, we got to get our baseball retriever a little camera time. Instant replay. Two gone for Andrew Bishop. That'll go to the screen. Here comes the run from third. Whitlock will score. And Georgia Highlands by 5. We talk about in Whitlock being the benefactor of some miscues. Hit by the pitch, couple of wild pitches, and he's in. Did steal the base to pick up 90 of the feet, but a couple of wild pitches gets him to third and one home. Ground foul by Andrew Bishop. A little bit outside to Bishop, who has popped out to short, ground out to short, and flown out to left. Grayson Godby on deck. And out will go Bishop. But 4 runs come in the inning, and a 1-run game turns into a 5-run contest as we head to the top of the 7th. First pitch, Tanner Patterson. It is an infield single or an E. It's an E4. And we'll get Patterson on to begin the top part of the 7th. That is the 3rd Georgia Highlands error of the game. That'll be a base hit up the middle. Curlin Patterson on for Caden Baggett.
Got somebody warming up in the Highlands bullpen.
Crack making his way into the seventh. Caden Baggett coming to the plate. Couple of base runners on. That is ground foul in the direction of first. And the count will even up at 1. Obviously, still plenty of time for Gordon. 5-run lead, and they are just as explosive as Georgia Highlands. Got him off the bag at second with Patterson. He'll get picked. Phillips. What a rocket down to second. That'll be a base hit into center field, and my, how big is that pickoff now at second? Couple of base runners on. Jackson Terry coming to the plate. Top of the order, moving to the on-deck circle. That is hit well towards left center field. It will leave the park. 3-run shot from Jackson Terry. And here come the Highlanders right back into the game. And I think that is going to do it for Crack. A new pitcher coming in with an out and a 2-run lead in the top of the 7th.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
tired of going down, tired of myself, tired of this town. Oh my, oh hell yes, honey, put on that party dress. Buy me a drink, sing me a song, take me as I come, cause I can't stay long. Last dance with Mary Jane, one more time to give the flame. I feel summer creeping in, I'm tired of this time.
Jackson Greer is the new pitcher. 4.50 ERA, 2-1 on the year, 20 appearances, 4 saves, 30 innings of work. Eight walks, 33 strikeouts, as that is barehanded by Godby. Wow, what a play by Godby. His only chance to be able to get Carter was barehanded and did it. One out, make that 2 outs with Hunter Chiapetta coming to the plate. Rest of the numbers on Jackson Greer: 27 hits given up, 17 runs, 15 earned, 3 home runs allowed. A little bit outside with the pitch to Chiapetta. Chiapetta with a walk, ground into a double play, and then popped out to first. 0 for 2 in the game with a run scored. Caden Crack works 6 1/3 innings, faces 27. No strikeouts, 4 walks, 6 hits, 5 runs. A little bit outside with a pitch to Chiapetta. Strike 3 and out goes Chiapetta. But Jackson Terry providing that big shot in the arm, the 3-run home run that drives in Curl and Baggett and makes it a 2-run game going to the bottom of the 7th. Grayson Godby hit by the pitch, goes down to first to begin the bottom of the 7th. Ian Fullerton to the plate. Tyler Phillips to the on-deck circle. Gordon hadn't played in a run since the first inning. Got 3 in the 7th. Georgia Highlands, nothing since the 2nd. And had a 4-run 6th. And we got a 2-run game here in the bottom of the 7th. Foul back by Fullerton, who is 0 for 3 in the game. Taking off on the hit and run is Godby. He'll put on the brakes, do the U-turn, head back to first. Well, at the end of the day last night, did you actually watch some more baseball at the house?
No. I had some other things to do.
So you got your quota in.
Got quickly do some quality time with the fam.
Understood. That is poked in the direction of left field. Base hit for Ian Fullerton. Meanwhile, Godby says, I'll take third. He's there on the corner. Eighth hit of the game for the Chargers. And you got a couple of runners on for Tyler Phillips.
What'd you do?
Office to the hotel. Turned on the TV, watched a little Office, grabbed a little grub, and then, of course, I've got a few radio stations that I remotely program. So that was it. I'm kind of a boring guy. No, not kind of. I'm really boring. Little high with a pitch to Tyler Phillips. Wyatt Gatlin moving to the on-deck circle. Outside with a pitch.
You do a lot of Q&As with me. How about I do some Q&As with you?
Oh, no, this could get scary.
What got you into this business?
You know, it's the strangest thing. I actually, at the age of 15, I believe, my best friend, his dad owned a radio station.
Okay.
I didn't know anything about radio. I just wanted a job. I've always liked money. I said, hey, why don't you give me a job? He said, okay, I will. Oh, really? Okay. Hit by the pitch is Phillips, and he'll go down to first. So I actually started in radio. It was country radio as a DJ. And then it just kind of went from there.
Country radio DJ.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Bases loaded, nobody out, bottom of the 7th. My claim to country music fame. Did a concert, put on a concert, the only country concert I've ever put on, with this band that I just knew was up and coming. And 6 months after they were in Crestview for a crowd of about 400, they were playing stadiums, Alabama. And, you know, from there they skyrocketed. But puny little crowd in the first of 2 shows. I think there was 60 there for the first one and about 400 for the second. And the rest is history. They kind of did well for themselves. See what happens when you leave a place I've been? You exceed. You go there and stay, that could be it for you. Wyatt Gatlin coming to the plate. Got a new guy on the bump when we come back.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Bases loaded, nobody out. We are in the bottom of the 7th. That will roll away from Terry. Go to the screen, and in will come Godby from third. New pitcher Caden Hewitt. 5 home runs allowed, 22 walks, 28 strikeouts, 39 runs, 32 earned. 39 hits given up. .960 ERA, 2-0. 12 appearances, 16 2/3 innings of work for Hewitt. Wyatt Gatlin followed by Caden Marcos. 3-0 offering from Hewitt. He's walked and the bases loaded again. Bottom of the order, Caden Marcos, who, by the way, had a 2-run home run in the 6th inning. Sometimes we think that 9-hitter is lacking power. Not true. Caden Marcos smashed one in the 6th, drove in he and Gatlin. And as a matter of fact, the Chargers have had 2 home runs thus far in the game, and they've come from the 7 and 9 hitters. Count even in 1 on Marcos. One pitch. That's a little bit outside. I think a couple of days ago I asked you how you liked the umpiring now that we're 2 days beyond.
I'm not commenting.
Okay. Thought I would go there, but you don't want to, huh? 2-1 pitch. That's a chopper in the direction of Sheephead. That's fair ball, and safely aboard at third is Phillips. Fullerton will come in to score. 99 times out of 100, that's an out at third. That was that one time. It's not.
A high chopper. His only play was try to tag the bag.
And I mean, as soon as he got it, he's
Yep.
hitting the bag, but
It took so long for that ball to come back down.
yep. And Phillips able to get over to third. Back to the top of the order, Heath Whitlock.
Good pitch.
He went, and it is 1-2 on Whitlock. Kinski Thomas to the on-deck circle. Bases loaded and nobody gone in the bottom of the seventh. Well, we got baseball and softball kicking off elsewhere right about now, so it is busy on JockJive. Whitlock with a swing and miss.
That was a really good sequence by Hewitt. Fastball, bottom of the zone strike, followed by a changeup, and back basically another sinker fastball.
Kinski Thomas has walked, singled, and struck out twice. Bases full of Chargers.
Good pitch.
That goes to the screen, and a strike is called, but in comes Phillips from third. And the lead back out to 5. Ryan Martin moving to the on-deck circle. 8th inning for Gordon has 3, 4, and 5 to the plate. A little bit outside with a pitch to Thomas. Umbrellas out, but not because of rain. It is sunny, creating a little shade for some of the fans. Count even at 2. Well, for Gordon, you're kind of running into this frustration sequence in that you get runs, narrow the lead in the top part of the inning, only to see the Chargers expand that lead back in the bottom part.
Well, we're in game, 6? So pitching is thinning up.
Especially coming out of the loser's bracket.
Correct.
There is the third consecutive strikeout of Thomas. And it has been by 3 different pitchers. Gordon, Tankersley, and Hewitt have all struck out Thomas. Ryan Martin to the plate. 1 for 4 in the game. The law of averages would suggest a hit might be forthcoming. Ryan Martin, a .437 hitter, and only batting .250 in this game. Back to the screen, and the count even at 1. And to a couple of strikeouts of Martin. And again, by different guys. Gordon got him once, and Tankersley got him once. One pitch. And it is 2-1. Did have an RBI single in the second that drove in a run. It drove in Caden Marcos. Outside 3-1. Andrew Bishop, the 9th hitter to come to the plate on deck. That is into the dirt. Walk given to Martin. He will trot to first. And Andrew Bishop will come to the plate with the bases loaded. That is the second Hewitt walk. Walked the first guy he faced, Gatlin. Now walks Martin. That is sent foul to the first base side. Bishop, a .371 hitter this year. Pops that one back this direction and out of play. 66 RBIs. Here is the 0-2 pitch. Bases loaded, full of Chargers. Bottom of the 7th, 2 gone. Hewitt's offering. That is sent towards center field. Right into the mitt of Daniel Smith. 3 left stranded, 3 come in. Lead back to 5 as we head to the 8th. Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. Connor Hilton starting off the top of the 8th. Gavin West, Daniel Smith, 2 up in the inning 2. Chargers push that lead back out to 5. Led by 5 going into the top of the 7th. And then you had a Curl and Baggett single, a Terry home run to slice it to 2. But on the bottom of the 7th, 3 runs plate. And the lead will go back to 5. County minute 2. I just checked in, got the baseball underway in Oxford. I believe the opening game there in the ACCC Division 1 is Northwest Shoals and Wallace Hansful. As you got a swing and a miss, and out will go Hilton. So when this one wraps up, if you haven't had enough JUCO baseball, check that one out. And if you're like, well, JUCO softball's more my cup of tea, well, we got that coming up at noon Central, 1 o'clock Eastern. And a reminder to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that mystical, magical 6,500 last night, thanks to the Timothy family. So now we're shooting for 66. Nothing in 2 on Gavin West. Outside, ball 1. West has walked, ground out twice. Even counted 2. Two-two offering. It got the inside part of the plate. Back-to-back Ks for Greer. And as a matter of fact, that's 3 in a row because you got Shigapeta to end the 7th. You mentioned yesterday you are a lecturer as one of your many talents. Now, is that a summer lecture session too? I mean, there's summer classes.
Used to be. Back when I was a 10-month employee, now I'm a 12-month, so do more of my administrative duties in the summertime.
One pitch to Smith. It is 0-2. Jackson Greer has gotten into somewhat of a groove.
And he's slider, done a good job.
Strikes out 3 straight in the 8th, 4 in a row. And we go to the bottom of the 8th with the Chargers looking to add insurance. Yes, a lot of sports coming up this summer when the academic and school year ends. really, for us, the sports just begins. Baseball, like the showcase series you saw there, Southern Miss, the kickoff tournament. Plus, we're doing World Series for Dixie Baseball, Cal Ripken, Babe Ruth, ALA BCA Showcase. And as a matter of fact, today, signed up some games in Chicago with the NPSFL, I think it is. As that is lifted in the direction of left field. It'll stay in the park and near the foul line. Catch made by Connor Hilton. And Grayson Godby out number 1.
Now, do you attend most of these events?
A lot of them.
Yeah. Maybe you should tell me the ones you do, and then I can maybe bring my 15U team so I could see your beautiful face again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe get up here in the booth again.
That's right.
Hey. Free of charge.
We
Free of charge.
We got to find some baseball in the vicinity so we can get you back. Of course, you're a football guy too, though, right? But no, the family's football, you're baseball. But you do watch football.
Oh, no doubt.
Okay.
No doubt.
So if that brilliant color analysis was needed on football, no problem.
I don't know if you can live in the South and not watch football.
4-3 put out of Fullerton. And there's 2 gone.
Now, you mentioned you're from Alabama, so...
Well, I live in Alabama.
I live in Alabama.
Yeah, not
so
originally from there.
What's your college team of choice?
You know, I really don't have one. Well, whoops, let me take that back in case my wife, hears that I've mentioned this. She is an Alabama fan.
Yes.
So if I'm not, I'd be a big problem. Yeah, I'm a big Crimson Tide fan. It's the wife. When you get married, you'll understand. Outside with a pitch.
And that is not a reference to me. That's a reference to the scorekeeper.
Yes, the scorekeeper is a young fella. I'm assuming he's not married. Are you married? No. Okay. Life becomes a little different. Your thoughts and views, at least expressed differently.
My wife graduated from University of Georgia.
Oh, so she's a Bulldog
But
fan.
it didn't hurt because my mother's brother played at University of Georgia football.
So some strong Bulldog alliances. And, of course, there's a former Crimson Tide coach coaching. Coach Kirby Smart. It was a long time.
I believe my wife was in school at University of Georgia when Kirby was an actual player.
Swing and a miss. Count goes to 3-2. And actually, our producer of some of the big stuff we do, James Crenshaw, I think it's his first cousin, was a fairly long-time women's basketball coach at Georgia. Crenshaw, but she's now married, so there's a married name, and I don't know what it is. Now at Texas A&M. 3-2 offering. And 1-2-3 will go the Chargers in the bottom of the 8th. So no insurance tacked on. And Gordon knows the task. Got to have 5. They want 6 or more.
but we were so poor that we couldn't tell. Cotton was short and the weeds were tall, but Mr. Roosevelt was gonna save us all. Well, Mama got sick and Daddy got down. The county got the farm and he moved to town. Papa got a job with a TVA. He bought a washing machine and then a Chevrolet. Sing it, song, song of the South. Sweet potato pie and shut my mouth. Gone, gone with the wind. There ain't nobody looking back again. Play it.
We head to the top of the ninth. Tanner Patterson leading it off. Ledger Curl and Caden Baggett due up in the inning as well. And I think that may be a pinch hitter for Patterson. I see a 1-0 and not a 2-0.
That's him.
It is Patterson. Yep, you're right. That is a 2. Sure looked like a 1. One and 2 on Patterson. Patterson hit into a double play. Walked and reached on an error.
In regards to uniforms, one year I outlined mine in black, and that was a huge mistake because you cannot see it.
Yes. That is 5 Ks in a row for Greer. It's Patterson to begin the ninth. Yeah, I've always wished that when they build a press box and they put numbers on jerseys, that they talk to media folks and go, okay, can you see the numbers? Is this press box, conducive to calling a game? I have done games where there is one window, not 3 like here, and you're all trying to see out of a little 2x2 hole. Ledger Curl 1 for 3. We'll send that one foul.
Boy, Greer is just pounding the zone, getting ahead on everybody.
He has faced 6 and retired all. And 5 of the 6 via the K. On 2 offering. That is floated in the direction of left field, and it will drop in. Timing trying to get there by Thomas, but couldn't, and curls on. Well, maybe I am going to buy into this Dave Elder belief that you can jinx with words. I think all you got to do is say string of outs and you get a hit.
It was a really good pitch. He just hit it in no man's land, so to speak.
Well, now I feel like I've been to Georgia. One of those Georgia gnats just landed in the eye, so I'm good. I've been here.
It's payback.
Base runner on at first for Caden Baggett.
Greer wants a ground ball double play, and Gordon wants to get another guy on, and
it's up against the wall. Another base hit. Baggett moving Curl to third, and Baggett will pull into second. Not over yet for Gordon.
Yeah, I think the approach at the plate's got to be, if you're getting 3 pitches, 2 of them are going to be that breaking ball. I think you just got to sell out real early on that.
So after retiring 6 in a row, 2 on, a single and a double. Terry is homered, ground out twice to third. A little bit outside with a pitch from Greer. Top of the order, moving to the on-deck circle. 1-1 offering. Inside 2-1. Two-one pitch to Terry. He's ground out to third twice. Did it in the second, did it in the fifth. Had the home run. Then brought in Curl and Baggett as well in the seventh. And back to the plate here in the ninth. Rounds that to third. Godby's got it. Throws over to first. That was just a great play. And at this point, if you're the Chargers, you can concede a run to get the out. So a run comes in, but the out registered. As we go back to the top of the order, Jake Carter has reached on an error, walked, lined out to the pitcher, ground out to third. And is muscled over into right field. That'll be a base hit. Baggett told to go on home. He will. Highlanders have drawn to within 3. Hunter Chiappetta next. Chiappetta with a walk, hit into a double play, popped out to first and struck out. 0 for 3 in the game. Connor Hilton on deck. Tying run on deck with 2 gone in the top of the 9th. 0-2 on Chiappetta. The winner of the Tennessee region awaiting the winner of this one. As that one is sent foul, as in this tournament. Georgia Highlands, if they win this one, if Gordon comes from behind and wins, then we'll have the if game. (0-2) offering. Little chopper, back it goes to Greer. He'll get it over to first. Ball game over, and Georgia Highlands has won it. No if game needed. The Chargers will advance representing Region 17. As we take a look at the final numbers, Gordon State 9 hits, no errors, 7 runs, leaving a total of 5 on. They'll get a couple of runs in the first, 3 runs in the 7th, and added a few more here in the 9th. Georgia Highlands, 9 stranded, 9 hits, 3 errors. 3 runs in the 2nd, 4 runs in the 6th, and 3 runs 7th. And win it by 3. Jeff Timothy, great working with you. I'm going to find a baseball game where we are nearby, and you're going to be the color analyst.
Glad to be up here in the booth with you. I want to wish Dash O'Neill and his team best of luck in the East Central District, and by far they're the representative of GCAA, and wish them nothing but the best.
Taking on a team out of Tennessee, not sure yet who that might be. The top seed, Walter State, who was in the winner's bracket and in the championship game today, but we'll know that by the end of the day who Georgia Highlands will face there in about a week. This one over. Congratulations to all who got here and played, all who won, all who take the title, the hardware, the big piece of a trophy, and that is Georgia Highlands For Jeff Timothy, the director of the tournament, we're sticking with that, right?
Yes.
Okay. And the commissioner, Dave Elder, thanks to ABAC. And thank you for watching. For all of us, so long, everybody.